Welcome to the Nyancast. I'm Jim.
I'm Sam.
And today we're doing something that kind of breaks our rules, as we normally do. Oh yeah, we also are back after a hiatus.
Yeah.
An unintentional one. We got snowed out.
Snowed out a lot.
Blown out.
Every day we were going to record, it was like a snowstorm, and then...
Yeah. Very bad luck.
Yes. But we're back. And
Okay.
we're doing something weird. This, like, not really, like, seasonal, not cat girl. It's just... Oh, I guess, I don't know, chimeras count?
Yeah, that works.
Close enough. That's our close pinch.
So, yeah, generally in the Nyancast, we like to cover anime that has cat girls in it, like Nekopara, which is an episode I recommend you listen to right now, because I just think it's very funny. But so today we're actually going to be talking about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes, I realized like a year ago, like on the first couple episodes we ever did, like I was going to finish watching it, and I recommended you to watch it, and a year later, here you are.
Speaking of a year later, this is our first episode after the Nyancast has actually existed for a year.
Yeah, we're not actually doing a cat.
We're not actually in pure Nyancast fashion. We're not abiding by our own rules.
It wouldn't be us if we didn't break the rules of our own podcast.
So yeah. I just want to say, back in February was our first episode ever. Wow. So it's been a year.
Which we did Nyanko Days, I think.
It was Nyanko Days, yes.
Okay.
I will forever have a deep connection to Nyanko Days, even though it's a terrible show. With a great ending.
Well, we each have our own cat girl show that we have, like Cat
Planet Cuties
for me.
Yeah.
That one's a classic that I actually saw someone buy merchandise at have like a bag, like a messenger bag of. I'm like, who actually bought merchandise for this show?
You know, I would totally do that.
Would you buy Nyanko Day merchandise?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on what the merch is.
Like a messenger bag to show off to like your public.
Yeah. All right, we're already in the weeds.
It's fine. It's just like our celebrating a year or so.
Yeah.
Roughly.
All right. I'm gonna play a little song. Probably not. I'm gonna cheers. Sam, cheers.
Cheers.
Sam's drinking root beer. Sam's drinking root beer.
I don't want to drink Dr. Pibb. I don't like that much.
We're just living memes at this point. Like, we are just like the root beer talking. All right.
Root beer talking cat girl now sing seasonal blending JoJo podcast.
We're just circle jerking around.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fine.
So let's clear the air a little bit.
Oh.
So Fullmetal Alchemist is probably one of the most well-known manga / animes.
Yeah, it was like a big shonen manga in like probably started like the late 90s.
I think late 90s is when it was written.
Yeah.
Mid to late 90s.
And into the early 2000s as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because it was adapted to, I think the 2003 was the original anime, and they reached a point where they were at the same point as the actual
They outran the manga.
So they have their own storyline and more filler, which a lot of people like. A lot of people like the original 2003 series for the early stuff because it explains it better. From what I hear, I never watched the original series. I've heard the OP songs more than I actually watched the 2003. But yeah, then Brotherhood got like a re-release. I forget what year.
2012?
2012?
Or 2013 is when Brotherhood came out.
Okay, so I knew it was around that early 2010s.
And they both have the same amount of episodes, I think. They're both around 60.
Yeah, I think Brotherhood's like 69 episodes, 70 episodes.
I think it's 65.
Yeah. And yeah, that does the end part and actually gets it right because they had to change the ending for the original series, so...
Yeah, so...
There's that burp. Alright.
Alright. So yeah, I also want to say I've never seen the original show. It was always one of those things like I'd see it on like, well, I guess Adult Swim. I don't think it was on Toonami.
Yeah, it was the original 2003 one was on Adult Swim. The anime or whatever that anime block was. It was always there. I never watched it. It was like that and Bleach. I never watched.
Same.
I watched Naruto. I watched DBZ, Fully Cooley, like Cowboy Bebop, like all those I would watch.
Yeah, I guess I watched more Adult Swim early on because like Cowboy Bebop was always a mainstay. DBZ, but that was like not really.
That was always there on both sides.
Yeah.
It came back a lot when Kai came out.
Yeah, I never, as you said, I never watched Bleach or what is this show called? Fullmetal Alchemist. I really just remember like Yu Hakusho being the one that I was super into.
I love that one.
Which also was another like Toonami. Sometimes it was on Toonami.
Yeah, the Muguzi one too. They also had the anime. Like that's why I watched the Cyborg 009 on there and Dragon Ball as well was on that one. I love Cyborg 009, which I'm hearing they got the rights to do like the one other place got like the rights to it, so they might come a DVD for it soon. So
the like mid 2000 show.
Yeah, the one I really like. I remember the child.
All right, so
little me likes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I always recommend it to you though.
Yeah,
like, that Brotherhood. I always tell you.
Yeah. So Sam watched Brotherhood first, and then he was like, "Hey, it's a pretty good shonen. I like building my Gundams when I watch it." And I was like,
did.
"Sure." So he said the dub was really good. So eventually, I watched it, and I was like, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely good. Like 6 out of 10 anime. I'm already spoiling my review. But I think it hits kind of some weak points here and there.
Yeah.
It's the comedy suffers. The comedy overall is brings it down for me in a major way. And I think it could have really been, it's funny because people say that it really followed the manga. I think they could have cut a lot of the content out. There's so many useless characters, especially in the end.
There's a lot. Those are how shonens are. There's always going to be a million side characters,
and they just it's like peak Dragon Ball Z. There's characters just standing around. Tien and Yamcha are just so weak, but all they can do is stand. All they do is stand around and watch Cell beat people.
Well, at least Tien now, he actually was in super the tournament. He got eliminated pretty early on that tournament of power.
But you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know. But at least
there was a point where only Saiyans were four people in Dragon Ball Z.
Chaozu's completely forgotten now. From the original Dragon Ball series, Master Roshi doesn't do anything. Launch is gone. If you remember Launch?
Yeah, I remember Launch.
She's gone, completely.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how shonens are, though. There's always millions of characters, and, a lot of them are big, useless, or don't do anything. You put any of your head.
Okay,
it's
so...
not like Yu Yu Hakusho, they had, the 4 main guys, and, you had, the side characters of, what's her name? It's been a while since I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm terrible with
names. There's Yusuke, there's Kuwabara,
Hiei.
There's Hiei, and there's Kurama.
And there's, what's her name? Bato?
Yeah, Bato. Oh, wait.
Blue hair chick.
What's her name? Oh my god. He said Bato. It's going to screw me up now. Bulma. It's Bulma, Sam.
Is it Bulma?
No, Bulma is Dragon Ball.
I know that Bulma. But,
hold on.
Her and the baby guy. It's been a while since I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. So
this is going to bug me unless I look up right now.
Yeah, the love interest. It didn't have that many side characters, but the bigger ones, Naruto had his entire class side. It's like what My Hero does. Botan, yeah. And Naruto had their whole cast of characters, his whole classroom where you get the useless ones Ten and Ten Choji. Choji doesn't get a moment, but a lot of them are just forgotten. Ones that later on where a few will come in and actually be important side characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of them are just gonna suffer from that, where FMA did too, where you had the 2 chimeras near the end that are just there.
Yeah, you mean the 4 chimera?
There's
4 useless chimera.
I thought it was just the two main ones.
There's the frog guy, who is the black dude with the dreads.
Yeah.
There's his friend who's a werewolf with spines.
Yeah, those are the only 2 at the end.
No.
Aren't there? Really?
There's a part where when Ed and Al split up near the end. Oh, sorry. There's gonna be spoilers for all of that.
Oh yeah, this is a Spoilercast. This is probably officially a Spoilercast.
I'll write that. Then when Ed and Al split up, there were 2 other chimera that who's the bad dude that they kept eating the Philosopher's Stone?
Oh, the
black haired dude.
There was a dude with the hat and everything.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. So yeah, he betrayed these 2 chimera, and then Ed was like, "Hey, don't do the one was a Frankenstein looking guy, but he was a man ape, and the other dude was forget. He was another animal. So yeah, there were 4.
Kimberly.
Yeah, Kimberly. Yeah. So yeah, Ed's yeah, Kimberly's betrayed you, so join me and I'll beat him. And they're all right. And then they're just more. It's just they kept adding more characters because they needed Ed and Al to do more things.
I'm looking at some of the characters. I don't remember. I remember this frog dude. I remember the two I remember at near the end that they kind of capture and convert to their side. But the other 2 I don't remember at all.
Yeah, they're pretty unimportant. Okay, so what I wanted to do, since I haven't seen FMA, I wanted to try and summarize the things that I've read that are different.
Yeah. Before we talk about more of the show, so yeah. I told you one thing when I told you about the whole Mustang was the one that killed Winry's parents in the war. He was forced to execute them, which I'm what?
Yes. So yeah, basically, Scar's character got reworked because I think what happened was the manga didn't reach the point where that's revealed yet.
Yeah.
And they change it so the Mustang is the one that kills Winry's parents. Which apparently adds to his character this whole feeling of guilt. It makes him feel more guilty about the war because it adds more of it's more of a personal stake, I guess. At least the one that the audience understands.
Yeah, he still felt guilty though in
Yeah.
Brotherhood though.
So, do you know what's up with Wrath and all the other ones?
No.
So, Wrath wasn't confirmed to be Bradley.
Really?
So Bradley, I don't think Bradley is a not chimera. What's the word? Homunculus.
Huh.
So Wrath is a child. It's like a kid, and his power is stretchy arms.
Not it's like Salim.
No, Salim's not a homunculus.
Really?
Because they didn't reach that point yet. Because that was a pretty late development, apparently.
Huh.
Because Salim was what, Pride? I forget what Pride is in FMA, because I haven't seen it. But Sloth, do you know who Sloth is? It's going to blow your mind.
Wait, Sloth is someone different?
Sloth is different.
It's not Bradshaw, is it?
No, it's, who's Bradshaw?
Bradshaw.
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
It's like Terry Bradshaw. So,
I don't know, like he's
Sloth is a resurrected version of their mom.
That's fucking weird.
Isn't it? It's not actually the mom, it just is a homunculus that like looks like her.
You just have some of her DNA lying around.
Isn't that crazy though?
Interesting. I did not know that.
Because there's like I was watching Mother's Basement. He did a countdown of like the best FMA openings, and he did the original series too. And there's a really epic fight scene with Wrath. Like, it's just the most amazing Sakuga I've ever seen in this OP.
Yes, I remember that. But is Greed still like Ling or?
Okay, I don't know. Or
does it stay like the same like?
I think Greed might come back.
Or does he stay like the same person?
I'm not sure. That's the thing. Like, I don't know everything about it. I kind of wanted to jump into it and watch it, but some of the other things that I got from it. It seemed way more of like an episodic adventure show, because Ed is always depicted with a suitcase. I don't know if you ever saw that. So I think the whole like the gimmick of the show initially was kind of like them as like traveling adventurers, and like that's at least the vibe I got, because they spend so much more time developing like the priest and that whole story. I think that might be a few episodes.
You said Wrath was a kid. Apparently, it was their teacher's like attempted child.
That's interesting. I don't know who Pride was though.
It says Pride is not present. It just said he wasn't present.
We just couldn't think of him.
Oh wait, yeah. Wrath is called Pride in FMA.
Whatever. So I just think it's interesting. Also, I don't know if you're aware of this. Apparently, the parallel universe has become a thing.
Oh god!
And it crosses over to our real universe.
Like
Adolf Hitler is a character in Fullmetal Alchemist. Jesus. I'm not kidding. So this is the movie they made. It's called The Conqueror of Shambhala.
Are you serious, dude?
And Adolf Hitler is an actual character in Fullmetal Alchemist.
That's weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I really did want to kind of watch that before we did this, but
it's so weird. The changes are fucking bizarre.
It is really bizarre.
Huh.
I think there's like a whole like underground city thing. I don't really know. Oh, there was something. Apparently, the homunculus want to become human. They have like they're given a lot more depth. They're not just like tools of Father, whatever his name was. Mm-hmm. Well, the original homunculus. So yeah, I mean, this is just kind of getting off into the weeds.
It's really bizarre. Like I'm trying to like so stuff about like Hohenheim. It's kind of interesting. He's just a normal human being. So
if I'm wrong about anything, you please write in.
Or any other.
Or yeah, tell us if you watched both series. Tell us what what are some interesting differences that we should know. Would you recommend me to watch the original series?
I don't want to go through another like long show right now.
Yeah, I didn't. That's the thing. Like I didn't love Fullmetal Alchemist, so I wouldn't want to watch another version of it or read it. Frankly,
I mean, if there was a good abridged series of it, I can like what the original watch. Hey man, yeah. Hey, what about Sword Art? Watch Sword Art Bridge. The best way to like get better characters out of the show.
No, but I just want to watch Sword Art.
You say that, but you haven't watched it yet.
All right, let's actually talk about the show that we have watched.
All right, Jim. So, if you had to summarize the plot
of Fullmetal Alchemist,
yeah, Brotherhood.
So basically, it has a really good first episode that apparently was not canon to the manga. I'm not sure you remember the first episode.
You told me, yeah, the bombing.
Yeah, there's a dude who he's like the only person we ever see use ice powers. So this is a problem I have with the show. It's like alchemy is like the most important magic, but we only ever see people use it to like move things and like make rock pillars hit people.
It would have been understandable if like Armstrong's sister could have used like ice
Yeah,
alchemy or something.
it was. She didn't. Well, she wasn't an alchemist though. It was weird.
I know, she seemed like she would be an ice alchemist.
Armstrong's power is to like punch people and turn rocks into like giant arrowheads. That's all we ever see him do. Mustang's the only one that does like a cool thing and with fire.
But he's useless in rain.
Yeah.
But continue.
Okay, so yeah.
Try to summarize Brotherhood.
So basically, it's gonna be. I'm gonna try and be as curt as possible. So, Ed and Al are two boys.
Yes.
They are beautiful blonde boys with blonde eyes, which is weird. That's not normal.
They're all European.
Yeah, it's very European. So they are just little boys, and their dad is a famous alchemist who left them. Then one day, for some reason, because their mom is in it for like 5 minutes, and then she dies.
Illness.
Yeah, quote-unquote illness. So then the little boys are like, we have the books of Daddy, let's make a human alchemy.
They always tinker around with alchemy. It's kids.
Yeah, they had been alchemists before. So they're like, oh, we're going to make a mom better again. So they go through these forbidden tomes, which actually is explained why their dad would have this. I was like, if their dad's just a regular alchemist and like every fucking alchemist library has like human transmutation, why is this like
he's not an alchemist more? As we learned. So.
Yeah, at least that is explained. Mm-hmm. It does make sense why he'd have those books, but like put a lock on. Like it's like having a gun in your house. Like put a gun lock on it.
Kids are gonna find a way around.
Your kid's gonna shoot your mom.
Well, with alchemy, you could probably find a way to like break the lock.
Yeah, but so basically, long story short, they try reviving their mom. It doesn't work.
The biggest no-no in alchemy.
Yeah, that and later on, this is explained literally like 40 episodes in. It's human transmutation, turning things into gold because
he can't
economic reasons, and I forget the other one. It's like soul, blah blah blah. I don't know. Oh, it's whatever. So basically, the price that they both pay for doing this like horrible act. Ed loses his leg. No, he loses his leg.
I remember.
And then Alphonse loses his entire body. And in a scene where they kind of appear in front of like a god figure.
I think they call him the Truth or something.
Yeah, they call it the Truth. And like the Door of Truth is how they get there. And basically what happens is it kind of like unlocks your potential, makes you like a super great alchemist. Mm-hmm. But what happens is because Al's body was taken away, Ed was like super freaking out. And he did like a blood transmutation circle.
Yeah, the crawling into the armor.
On a suit of armor. And he sacrifices his, I think his left arm. And sacrifices his left arm and then gets his brother's soul back.
He bounds the soul to armor.
Yeah, and he binds his soul to armor. So that Al still exists and he's not completely gone. And with that, he's also given the ability to like do the clap alchemy, I guess they call it.
He does not have to
make a circle.
Yeah, make a transmutation circle to do alchemy.
So he can immediately
him and Al can both do that.
Yeah. Al doesn't learn it until later. We learn that Al's memories were lost with that whole
some of it, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't remember like the meeting the truth until later.
It kind of fucks with, you don't remember it all the time. A lot of people have it kind of like fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. I think what's her face too. The teacher has a similar thing.
Yeah.
But so then it just kind of becomes like their adventure. Their whole goal, the whole series is to get their bodies back. Mm-hmm. Mostly, which I feel kind of bad because like fuck you, Ed. Like Ed gets a robot arm and a leg, so he's like able to like exist in society. But Al is like totally crippled by this. Like he can't feel, he can't sleep. He doesn't have any like physical emotions.
The armor like is the giant weak point though too. Though against like fighting people.
It is, but it's like at least you have something, dude.
Well, yeah, but he has Winry too to like repair him.
Yeah, so yeah, and then they've got like all their characters. Like Winry's a childhood friend of theirs who becomes a mechanic, like an automail. Is what they call it.
Prosthetic limb mechanic, basically. Yeah. And so the whole the first part basically their adventure for the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, and I don't know, like it's the first quarter, maybe not even quarter. The first like 15 episodes are a bit formulaic, not formulaic, but they're more kind of like you're hitting episodic is the word I was looking for. You're hitting these kind of like points where it's like, all right, we heard about this, we're gonna go to this town. All right, dead end. We heard about this, going to this town. Because basically they're trying to find the Philosopher's Stone because the Philosopher's Stone allows you to do like rule breaking alchemy, where the whole law of equivalent exchange is that like you have to give something to get something or give something to transform. Yeah. But with a Philosopher's Stone, you can transform without that. So they're like, oh, this is a great way to get our bodies back. And yes, basically the first couple episodes until you get more into like the closer to like the reveal of what the Philosopher's Stone is, homunculi, and then the government, which they have their big ally in the government. It's you meet Roy, who's just like a colonel, and he basically is like the second main character of the show.
He really is,
other than the brothers.
Yeah, the show I think would have been a lot better if he were just the main character.
Yeah,
if it was just him and his like political struggles trying to like
Hawkeye and his crew.
Yeah, which the crew, and not speaking of like extra characters, there are so many characters in his crew that literally do nothing ever. And I have to ask, why are you even in this?
I remember Mustang, Hawkeye, and a cigarette guy.
Who also does nothing.
Does he get combined to a wheelchair, though?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so...
He,
Hughes, of course.
Hughes, who is a plot device.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, you get the whole thing with the Philosopher's Stone stuff. Still, you get the Chimera, the infamous Chimera scene.
Let's do like a brief run through and we'll talk about like standout ones. So, yeah.
Chimera one, definitely.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's like
the priest. Yeah. Then you go to like the one town like being like brainwashed by like the priest or whatever who had like the Philosopher's Stone ring or whatever.
Yeah, which was like a fake, I think.
Or wasn't nearly like a real one, like an artificial Philosopher's Stone. Which that was cool. He came back to like that town too, like later on in the show.
I did like how they reused that town. It was good because they made such a big deal about how Leor, the town, was like completely destroyed by the riots of people not accepting religion, like the religious figure was a false.
Yeah, false prophet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I like when you come back to like those like places that you go before. I really like that when they actually did that in Shonen stuff.
That's the thing. Like in my mind, I compare the show a lot to Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is kind of sure like people would be weird about that. But
I get that feeling from that show compared to like.
Yeah, my biggest problem is like I loved the world of Avatar. Like they do such a good job at like establishing like how different the Earth Kingdom is from like the different water tribes and how like the Fire Nation was like everything just felt different. Even like on a map, everything looked different. All the locations were diverse. There's like 5 different cities in this show that are just called like East City, West City. I honestly, if you told me that they were in one city the whole time, I would have believed it.
Yeah, that's like the main like European kingdom because then. You get Ishvala stuff, you get the desert, you get like the other like actual like surrounding territory that you always see maps. You always see maps of like the surrounding like areas and countries,
but we never see them though.
You rarely see them. You always see like you see Ishvala in the flashbacks, and that's just like mud and like war torn.
Yeah,
city.
It's just like deserty, and then we see the desert, and we see like Xerxes, which is like this ancient civilization that we found out later was wiped out because of the first homunculus.
Yeah. Which we'll get into that because let's talk about the first major part where it's like the Scar, the first Scar.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good arc.
I love Scar. Scar's one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite characters next to Mustang.
He's really good. I feel like they could have done more with him as a character. Personally, I don't know.
I still think he's like I love his flashback and everything. I don't know. He's just fucking awesome.
What I think is cool about Scar is how like he hates the world so much and he desperately wants the world to hate him as much as he hates the world.
But everyone
everyone is like so compassionate and understand. Even Winry, like Winry has a really good scene with him because Scar kills Winry's parents in this version.
Yeah,
and then
the real version,
and Winry's like, I will never forgive you, but I don't hate you. Sort of like that mentality. Like she, even to this man that is like the worst person in her life, she still like has some sort of like hope for.
Which we learned he did it because he was in shock of like his arms being so attached to him instead, and the shock of waking up from that kind of a lot, especially when you don't know the power that's in them too.
Yeah, also the fact that his brother was dead.
Yeah,
and killed by
and his people are getting slaughtered too.
Yeah,
so a lot of stress. So, but yeah, I dug Scar a lot. Like the whole arc is just like Ed's fight with Scar.
His power of like deconstruction was pretty cool too.
Yeah, he's like one of my favorite parts of the show.
I'm
surprised that movie didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention we also watched half of the Fullmetal Alchemist live action.
I want to talk about more to the end.
Yeah,
before we talk about that shit story.
It was so bad.
Spoilers, it's bad. Though the Netflix tag for you because it wasn't Netflix original to begin with.
They'll do that on anything though.
I know, they'll slap that title on it. But yeah, so that's the main thing. Like, they beat Scar and he goes to prison, but he breaks out like fucking immediately.
They also like in this version because they could plan everything out. They had Kimberly really early on too. Do you remember him? Kimberly was
he
like
that early?
He was like really early in jail cells, and it was like, yeah, and I was just like, I don't care who this person is because I didn't know who he was. Yeah. And then later I was like, oh, okay.
That's the one like
he's plotting in jail cells.
Yeah, or something like you want to come out too, like now I'm gonna like sit here or whatever. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I forgot you tease that.
I know, yeah.
Until you reminded me.
The show's it's weird with like stuff that it decides to tease.
Yeah, and then the second arc is like probably the most famous arc from FMA, which is what they're fighting, which is like the the Hughes and then Lust arc thing. Yeah. So we're mainly introduced to like the three big. Three main villains, like, but not like only one of them's like really super important, which is Envy. He's like probably the best villain out of everyone. Yeah, all the
Envy's really good.
He's like the main rival to Ed, I think, compared to everyone else.
And Roy, kind of. Because he's the one that kills Hughes.
Yeah, him and Ed and Roy. Because Envy's still the most like antagonistic towards Ed. I feel. Because even the other homunculi don't like Ed actually kill like, any of the homunculi.
Ed doesn't kill anyone.
Does he actually defeat? Because Roy kills. I feel kills more. Basically,
Roy. Okay, I just have a ton of problems with this show. Right. So I'm gonna jump ahead for a sec. So Roy kills Lust in like this incredibly violent.
It's amazing.
It's a really beautifully animated scene. It's fantastic to watch. And no one has a problem with it. But then at the end of the show, when he wants to kill Envy, everyone's like, Roy, you can't kill Envy.
You turn into a monster like him.
Roy, you're going to be consumed by evil.
He's like,
Roy is someone who's exterminated civilians in a genocide. If there's any hope left in him, it's well gone.
He's literally trying to kill the leader of like the country right now, who he knows is evil, so that he can take over. Because
Envy is a character that we've seen has come back. It's good for Roy to destroy Envy immediately.
He's come back and killed like so many people, and like when you see him transform into his monster form, he has like the fucking like souls of like people like eaten.
The strange like obsession over Roy's pure maidenhood is like his purity. Like where did this come from?
It's just a shonen thing of like we don't kill him. But even though if he didn't like murder Lust and all that burning glory, But did anyone witness? Did Hawkeye witness him burning fucking Lust?
Or Lust. I always mix Envy and Lust names up. She might have. Yeah, she was there. I'm pretty sure they're all there.
She was cool then. She was probably turned on by it then.
Yeah.
But it's hot when you burn a chick, but when you burn a guy or maybe quote unquote guy,
androgynous
you gain what you want.
It's cool. Like it's little things like that that are just like, why does everyone fucking care so much? Like, I don't know. It was badass to see Roy like
I love that.
Take his destiny in his own hands and say like, I'm going to avenge my friend. Yeah. It's the only time in a shonen I've ever seen where, like, revenge rather than avenge. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm trying to think, like, I mean, there's a whole thing of, like, in Dragon Ball Z when Frieza kills Krillin and Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, and it's, like, fucking amazing. Like, that transformation scene's, like, fucking amazing. Yeah. The fight goes on for way too long. It's still, like, one of the coolest moments to see someone, like, even Gohan does it when Goku dies. He snaps and goes, like, revenge on him, too, and he's, like, some of the most badass
and no one's
moments.
Like, Goku, stop! You can't kill Frieza.
I know.
You'll turn evil.
But remember, he cuts. He Frieza cuts in half. He like, here's some of my healing energy. Yeah, and then like he tries to kill him. Like, you fool! And then, and then murdered him.
Is it like I don't know? You have to like.
That's why people like the Frieza and Cell Saga, like other than the villains being great, you have like awesome moments like those two where Boo is just like, oh, he killed everyone on Earth, but we know that they're gonna come back like that. Like these are characters that died. We don't know when like people thought Cell Saga was probably gonna be the end because we didn't have the internet like early on and like that. So we're like, oh, it's probably gonna end after that. Like that's like really good.
But yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's inconsistencies like that.
It's a shonen trend. Man,
I hate that though. That's not a good excuse.
It's just I know, but it's just.
You have a show like Hunter x Hunter.
It's not an excuse. It's just a trend in shonen.
Hunter x Hunter is a show that like really. I don't want to say it subverts, but it does a good job at like not falling into the pitfalls of a shonen. Like it's pretty violent. It doesn't shy away from like pretty cool deaths and like I don't know, like meaningful character growth.
Is Dio a revenge plot? I mean, no one had any problem with killing anyone in JoJo. So
no, yeah. It's pretty common to see people just die in JoJo. Yeah, JoJo is almost like not a shonen in my mind, which I know is not true.
One Piece, like almost shonen. This is like except for like the whole like prison arc of like One Piece, like that felt like completely like different than like every other arc because there's like You know, you had that one thing where everyone kind of comes together kind of moments, where that one was just like, here's all the villains they got put in jail, and they're coming to help Luffy try to break his brother out. Like, that is fucking awesome. I fucking love that. Like, one of my favorite like fucking parts of that entire.
That sounds very hype.
It's so fucking awesome. It's like one of the saddest parts too. But like, yeah, it hadn't been nearly as good as that arc.
All right, so I'm just trying to.
But
think.
So there's first like the most famous chimera of like the guys. They go.
Oh yeah, let's jump back.
That is like we're talking on the second arc, so you got a little distracted there.
So
talking about Mustang.
The chimera thing is like the meme. Like this is like
this you will always.
This is the Akechi Pancakes meme of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah, they like praise the sun.
Yeah, where people are always like, "Oh, the chimera was so sad." I was just like, okay,
it's fucked up. Like, I thought more fucked up than it was sad. I was like, Jesus. I was like, okay.
They could have done it so much creepier. The visual design in the show, whenever they try to make someone look scary, they always have like this kind of like dark. They shade the face,
I thought,
and they draw no details, and they always draw these hollow circular eyes.
Like their mother's corpse thing was creepy. Like
that was probably the grossest thing that they did in the show. I think that, and I really did love Envy's little like leech form. I thought
God, yeah.
I love the design of that. It's the way it moves. It's really good.
It looked like everything it looked like, but I forget what I can't really picture it.
It kind of looks like Gyron from Gamera, which is a reference that one person in the whole world will get.
I love Gamera here. Good friend of the podcast.
Especially the way he walked, the mouth a little bit too, but whatever.
Yeah, that's like always the biggest one. Like it's in the live action movie. They kind of threw it in there, but they fucked it up a little bit too. Because like it's an abomination. Like, you know, it's an abomination of alchemy and what he did as a human as well. And like. It's just like supposed to be that big thing where like people can snap trying to like save their livelihood or trying to save their family life.
But like it's just like the stakes of it, like I don't know, it makes me mad.
It's just but it's always it's also the cool like Scar showing up and like killing the Chimera, like being the one to kill because no one could like kill this little girl's there, but like you don't want to like kill her. Yeah,
that was a pretty tidy way of like wrapping up that plot without. Like
any of the characters seeing like monsters.
It would have been nice though to have that like fucked up monster girl and have Ed like have to like deal with her regularly.
I don't know. I could have sworn that's where likely he's like, maybe we'll find a way to turn her back or something like that, and then Scar just shows up and kills her. And then like way later in the series they kept saying like we failed a little girl once, and I legitimately forgot because it was so fucking long ago, and they never were specific about it. I'm like, oh wait. Did I miss something? Did they kill a little girl or something? Scar,
I was like,
Scar mentioned like when he came up with Scar. Did he ever mention that he killed her?
He killed them. Actually, I think Ed calls him out on it once.
It'd be like, because you go, wait, she got turned to fuse her dog. Scar like, wait, oh no,
that was a girl. I thought I killed a dog.
We'll blame it on the merchant that keeps following me around.
Oh fuck that guy too.
But so that was probably one of the bigger episodes, and then. It gets kind of together when like Hughes finds out. Hughes like also like the character just shows like his pictures of his family and like you spend time. With, like,
that's all he does. He does is show pictures of his family,
and then like him, like Ed, Al, and Winry like eating dinner with like his wife and kid and everything. Like that's like he's saying he's best friends with Mustang.
He's really cute. He's a family man.
Yeah,
everyone loves him because he's just like adorable.
He's just the most happiest person in this world. This world of like war and like misery.
And you're forgetting a very important character that's introduced.
Which one?
Shaska.
Oh, no, Jim. No one cares about the fucking librarian.
I love Shaska. Shaska shows up literally in 2 episodes for 5 minutes, I think. Total screen time.
Alright, yeah, but then like, the whole major thing leads up to like him finding out this huge thing going on, like the city, and like all the laboratories.
He discovers that the world is the
city is gonna be a one giant transmutation circle.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, while at the laboratory where you meet Barry the Chopper, who I fucking love.
Barry the Chopper's fantastic.
Shame.
I was very sad that he died.
Yeah, he's like Al, where he's like a soul like bound into armor.
Yeah.
And like that's another major thing from this part where Al like kind of like questions if his life is really real because his memories that aren't complete right now, and like
he's the fear. He's like. Was I just like a
Existential
golem
crisis.
that was created
Yeah.
and given false memories?
Existential crisis, yeah.
Yeah, and then in kind of a rude way, everyone just looked mad at him.
Like, fuck you. Like, this is like your childhood friend who fucking remembers you from, like...
Which, I mean, I'm kind of for, like, that is kind of a dumb thing to
This
get
is like
into.
a grandmother who's watched you as a kid, like, easily to confirm you've been alive.
It does feel a little out of character for Al.
In there childhood photos of him at the house, too?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, they just needed to insert some drama.
But, yeah, so...
Into that sequence.
I love the sequence of, like, them, like, luring out the, like, homunculi, like, what's it called, like, Mustang's, like, on the phone with, like he's talking on the phone with a girl, but they're, like, talking dirty to, like, Hawkeye, like, with the sniper rifle, and they fight, like, Gluttony.
Oh, yeah.
I really love, like... I love that part of, like, the plan coming together.
That part,
kind of
okay, I think we're jumping ahead a little bit.
Maybe, but yeah.
I'm kind of, there's a bit of early part of the show where things are a little, like, not repetitive, but we just kind of are in the same location.
Yeah.
But there's a part when, so we end up getting Ling is introduced.
Yeah.
And Ling...
He's like from, he's like...
Xing.
Yeah, he's from Xing, but basically, essentially China.
Yeah, it's a China allegory.
Yeah, him and, like, his two his personal bodyguards.
Fuck, girl and old man.
It's like, yeah, her name is, like, Lily, or... It's like saying like two, like...
I think
two
Fang is the old man.
Fang's the old man, I think, like... the girl's name is like two. I think
she's fine. They're all fine.
She's fucking arm cut off. But yeah, they come in and then they kind of like. So he wants a philosopher's stone as well to save his kingdom or become king of his kingdom.
Yeah, because the current emperor's dying, so he's like, I want to find a immortality.
Yeah, that's like the whole like the whole gimmick of that.
So yeah, Envy gets killed by Mustang.
They're Lust.
Fuck, I keep saying that.
Yeah, Lust gets burned alive because it all accumulates like in the laboratory.
Yeah, they have this big kind of climactic bout. Yeah, Lust gets killed and is never revived. Lust never comes back.
No, and Al are fighting these like the mindless slaves. That was their first big plan was like to fight a bunch of them. It was just like putties from Power Rangers for the most part.
Wait, what?
That's what they're preoccupied with. Then they make like the art.
Oh no, that's way later.
Oh, they put that in the fuck. I watched that fucking movie and it's got me mixed up with it. They did that way too early. Then.
Yeah, no, they did that way. No, that was way late. That was like way after like the whole.
Jesus, that movie fucked me up.
Drachma.
Like, got my whole like.
No. Yeah. The thing is, they go to the same location, but no. We also learn around this time Bradley's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Bradley is also homunculus, which we learn like way later.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah, so yeah, Hughes gets But
I just want to jump forward to this really cool scene where we have like Ling ends up joining the main characters.
Yeah, he comes like
and they all kind of they're drawing the homunculus out, and it kind of culminates with this big scene where they all attack, and Ling is fighting Bradley. Ling and his servant, his woman servant, are fighting Bradley in this really cool scene. That's where she gets or loses her arm.
Wait, are we gonna talk about Greed?
I guess so. There's like too much to talk about.
I know. We talk about Greed. Who's like
Greed is important though.
He's like the rebel homunculi. He doesn't really give a shit about the main plan of like the actual main bad guys, and he kind of has like a little like basically the Morlocks from X-Men, where you live in the sewers and they're all like
yeah, he does have the Morlocks.
Yeah, like basically they're all chimeras basically.
Yeah.
The one girl gets because that's when like they come in. This is before they fight them. They're all like accumulating to this area where Greed like also fights Bradley, and that's when we learn about Bradley having the eye of like Wrath basically, and like can know like the pinpoint weakness basically.
From Father's point of view, even making Greed into a homunculus is the stupidest thing ever. Because the logical conclusion is going to be Greed not wanting to do what someone else does because he wants to be self-serving. Like.
Also, I love when Bradley fucking stabbed the one girl inside like Ed's arm or Al's
that was
armor.
Fucking,
that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like the messiest thing ever.
Yeah.
To clean out.
Yeah, and like also whatever, I won't talk about it. There's too much. The whole thing with Al, like his Al's blood symbol can't be damaged.
Can't be smudged.
Yeah, but we're often seeing him running around in the rain. And, like, I'm pretty sure it's knocked in the water a few times. It isn't, though.
I don't know.
Apparently, in FMA 2003, they actually reference that it's, like, water's dangerous to him. But there's also an episode where he falls into a pond, and it's inconsistent.
I don't know, man. But yeah, I love that part. That's when Greed gets like captured and brought back as well. Like,
yeah, and they revive him.
Basically, they dump him in like fucking lava or some shit.
The only way to kill him.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll make a new one. It's fine. Even though like this is obviously gonna be a rebel like every fucking time. He'll listen for like 2 minutes and then walk away.
Yeah, later on we learn that
I love Greed though.
The homunculus, Greed's really good. The homunculus like keep memories from their past selves.
Yeah, but not like right away. Like they will eventually remember.
If I recall correctly, I think Gluttony has the same thing where Gluttony dies and gets brought back like without like any fanfare. He just is sort of back.
I could have swore he just gets murdered and never like gets there to brought back.
No, he shows up later because
who eats him?
Salim eats him.
Salim eats. That's right. Yeah.
They kill him because apparently like so what happened was there's a really cool scene where they're like capturing, as I said, like they fight Bradley and everything, but then they end up rejoining out and they blow up like half of his body, Gluttony's body, and then
he's like a black hole where he's like when he's dying, he's gonna like just consume everything around him.
Well, that was before. This is like slightly before that.
Right before that.
There's this awesome. The reason I bring this up is this awesome animation cut where Ling jumps on top of like the corpse of Gluttony as he's regrowing and ties railroad tracks around him, or they use like alchemy.
You can make a YouTube video just like playing that GIF.
I probably will, yeah. But like. It's the show like looks fine. Like it's like I mean Bones are known for having like good animation sequences, but out of nowhere this gorgeous ass like it's animated on like 2s and it's like laying on top of Gluttony as he's attaching all these things around him.
You were literally so impressed you would not stop messaging me about this 2-second like animation.
It's just so shocking. Like they could have easily had Ling and they just shook his like static model or something.
Yeah.
But it was just like wow, someone drew like all these frames like animated on like 1s or 2s like. It was way better than anime TV quality. It has any right to be.
Any right to be, yeah. Every show has a weird like I'm not sure. Yeah, in Naruto, there's a really amazingly animated fight scene between Kakashi and Obito in it, and it's like way better and like so well fluidly animated, more than it's shonen. Like this shonen was like over like 1,000 episodes should have any right to be. Is this
like the final battle? Because
it's near the end.
I've seen clips of like one, and it's like. Gorgeous, but it's like weirdly slapstick at the same time. Some YouTuber did it. Could be,
but like, cause like they're like so worn out, like from like these you fight like hand to hand. It's just like a hand to hand fight for the most part. It's like really fucking cool.
That's why I love anime. Okay, after this, we're gonna watch that one episode of Fate Apocrypha. There's one episode that is like gorgeous. Like apparently they've got every animator in Japan to do a cut of it, like 5 seconds of it.
That's like those like compilation people make.
Apparently, I've seen so many people say I don't like Fate. I don't care about Fate. Watch episode 22. It's gorgeous. It's actually incredible. So we're gonna watch that next.
Maybe. But yeah. So yeah. But then you get consumed by like, Gluttony's like stomach dimension kind of thing.
Yeah. Later on, we find out that was like a failed door to truth.
Yeah. So it's just like a giant
black hole,
giant puddle inside where like Ed meets up with
puddle
Ling.
Of blood.
Yeah. He meets up with Ling, and then he meets up with Envy, who's like. It's like, we gotta work together, get out of here. I know we don't like each other, but we gotta, tough shit, we gotta, like, get out.
Yeah, this is the first time we really get, like, good Envy development.
Yeah.
Where Envy puts aside his, like, hatred and is able to, it's in our best interests to work together.
Like, I had to get out of here, too.
Do you remember how they get out?
They, don't they, like, they found, like, fire, they found, like, certain things he was eating before, and then kind of blow it up and, like, make him, like, reject, I believe.
Yeah, this is weird. I totally forget how they get out. I think they like. Oh no, they do. They do an alchemy thing. He deconstructs them.
Yeah.
Ed deconstructs them and then reconstructs.
He finds a bunch of stuff that like in there.
Yeah, because he finds like the remnants of like the original transmutation circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, they get out, and Envy's still a prick.
Actually, like this is like the thing. I can't really tell you like exactly what happened.
What, afterwards?
Yeah, like they just kind of like go places
they get out,
and do things.
But then the whole thing starts. Then they go to the third main part where they go to like. Oh, other than Ling comes to New Greed, he perfectly accepts the stone to like.
Okay, yeah,
Greed.
That was good.
And he kind of lives in like kind of system, like he's still in the head and like talks to Greed and everything.
Yeah, they can like
switch.
Yeah, they switch out a lot, and like sometimes like they can help each other.
That makes me wonder like. Are all homunculi like that? Where they put their things in like people? Cause like if you're Bradley, like I know Bradley was like made like Wrath for like a process, but was it just that specific process made this one man in the Wrath, or was he like still the same man from the past? Like
That's really interesting. Yeah, I don't
And,
know if they really go into
lust
that.
is always like that. Gluttony and sloth, like, because like I know like
It would have been cool if they went into that more, but then again, it would probably been like 20 episodes longer.
2003 one said like that the Homunculus like didn't have original bodies.
Yeah, they wanted to become humans.
Yeah,
I
but
think
probably. But like yeah, so that was always weird. But yeah, then they eventually go to like the the mountains, the Briggs Mountain.
Yeah,
and that's
we meet Armstrong's sister,
who's
General Armstrong,
the best lips in anime.
Waifu alert.
Yeah, she's like the Ice Queen. You meet other her side characters that will come into the final battle as well.
So many fucking side characters.
We meet Sloth.
We do, which was dumb.
He just hates everything.
Yeah, his whole job is to like dig a
hole, a tunnel into there, and then they freeze him. That's him for a while.
And then they have to give him back.
I guess
that was stupid.
And the only real major thing we get introduced to like what's it called?
Salim.
Well, Salim also, but the other villain, Kimberly, who's like a human given a philosopher's stone. And
yeah. So he has like the I love that he has tattoos of the transmutation circles.
He's also an asshole. He's a bad guy.
He's just a dick.
How does he get killed again? Who kills him?
He gets eaten by Salim.
That's right. Salim eats like everyone.
Yeah. Which I thought that was going to pay off more. And well, it did have a payoff because like later on, Salim is about to like do the killing blow to Ed, and then Kimberly like holds him back or whatever. He like
it's revenge.
Yeah, Kimberly's able to like, and then Salim's like, "How did you form your identity in that soul stone or whatever?" It's like impossible for a single soul to come through a philosopher's stone. He's like, "I wanted to fuck your."
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, essentially, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, we get that whole thing. Yeah, Salim Bradley is a homunculi. That thing as well.
That was a really cool twist. I actually didn't like Salim at first, but Salim slowly became like one of the coolest characters in the show.
I love him like in like the little like the cocoon basically.
Yeah,
and,
when Al makes
he's like shadow powers. It's the kid thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing too with
his power also makes no sense.
But she like shadow powers.
But it's not.
It's not. But it's shadow powers.
If there's like the tiniest amount of light somewhere.
Yeah.
Like.
It's like JoJo. Remember like the bubbles in part 2? Like, the one thing of like shadow came by and like killed Caesar because of it. It's like that one instance of like power. But yeah, the whole thing. Yeah,
like the moon isn't enough. Like the moon makes shadows.
I don't know. The Mustangs under his surveillance. Hawkeye has to like serve under Bradley. Like his whole like crew's getting like split up. It's the whole thing of him and like kind of freaking out what to do next. And do we get in the third part? Do we get the flashback of Ishvala, like the Roy's like? Yeah,
that was actually way later. That was way later.
Before he goes to the ice thing, that's when Ed goes to Hawkeye and like gets the whole story from her.
He doesn't get the whole story,
or for most part.
They kind of drip feed you Ishvala and stuff, and then like later, like way near the end, is when we get like the full.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know.
That's basically all that happened in part 3, because then like she goes to like. What's called Armstrong's sister goes to the Central and becomes like basically a secret spy for like the good guys, like because everyone in the government's corrupt basically, except for like a select few.
And then we have Ed and Al. Ed and Al get split apart because Kimberly's like hunting them down.
Yeah.
So then we have like all these just like random.
All the side characters are grouped up with like each other.
And then like. I don't know, like, this is when I started to fall off. I was getting really bored.
I love the last part of, like, at least like, when that whole plan goes to, like...
The whole, like, the last, like, 12 episodes are just, like, the final confrontation, and it's really satisfying.
I love that part.
Everything with the Armstrongs.
Fighting Sloth is so awesome.
Armstrong's fighting Sloth is, like, the part... Because, like, we learned that Sloth actually has, like, incredible speed. He's so strong. Yeah. He can move himself really fast. So... What Colonel Armstrong or whatever, the big buff Armstrong,
I love him.
He makes a giant like stone spike in the ground. So when Sloth goes into it, it like rips his mouth open and like pins him and goes like through his body. That was really cool.
So brutal.
Yeah, that's what like I like when they use the alchemy in like interesting ways, not just like.
I feel like you don't see much alchemy in as interesting alchemy.
Much. And we're told that there's a bunch of state alchemists, like
all different gimmicks too.
Yeah, and like what's his face kills a bunch of them. Scar kills a ton of them.
Yes, the whole Scar's whole gimmick is killing state alchemists.
That's it. Like we only see like maybe 5.
Fine. We have to talk about like the little like Chinese sidekick girl with like the panda.
With her alka history.
Yeah, alka history, which is like the most convoluted name for like another form of alchemy. I don't understand.
Yeah, they don't really explain that.
Her and the merchant are like Scar's. She like Scar's crew. Like Scar had a crew, like Ed crew.
Voiced by Monica Ryle.
Mustang's crew, and then we have like the Briggs Mountain crew. Like there's crews like everywhere.
Yeah, there's all the factions. There's like this kind of big faction fight at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the whole Salim fight. Like he's basically trapped till like the very end.
Yeah.
He eats like everyone. Anyone like gluttony gets eaten and like And like, Kimley gets eaten and everything, blah blah blah.
Roy has a epic fight.
Yeah, that's when all the plans come together. So I guess we could talk about like the whole like final 12 episodes. That's like the really important thing. When, like they try to assassinate Bradley, but he's gonna come back. Is that like not really satisfying? Greed ends up agreeing to help Ed because like him and Ling kind of like agree to help.
The Greed fight, I was waiting at like the edge of my seat for Bradley to come back. Because like they say, Bradley was assassinated.
He was missing. There was no body found. There's no body found. Like that's probably like everyone's like, we gotta hurry up.
I did love the little flashback where it's like, it was simple. I just waited for the train to explode and then I jumped on the debris and then grabbed a branch. It was like Bradley's such a badass.
The whole funeral scene, like all the meme with like the crying, like you were crying at the funeral, like no, like the
fucking kid wouldn't shut up.
So good.
Was crying with rage. So when Bradley came back to like retake, because like the whole thing is like all of the other soldiers, like Briggs soldiers,
all the good faction were coming together. The Briggs, the Mustangs, like militia.
And like the state military was like losing. Yeah, and then Bradley shows up like
and turns it around.
Fucking brutal, like awesome. Like the way he like strolls in. Because there's actually a little teaser of it in like the background of one shot. You see like because Ed and like Al and a bunch of other people are in like a car driving and they get stopped or something, and then you see like someone walk by holding a sword in the background. I was like, he's coming, he's coming, and then he like because they take over his estate. And then he like alone like walks up to it and like pretty much just destroys everyone.
Yeah, because his wife is there.
Actually, no, his wife was in a different spot.
Okay,
she was in the.
They had their wife. They had like his wife though.
He just wanted to. He was breaking back into his house and he's like, "Do you think I was gonna?" I can't do the voice. He's like, "Do you think I was gonna walk into the back door? I'm coming to the front door." It's like a Chris Chan version of it.
Please don't. He's the last person you need to be a homunculus. He may be a homunculus.
Chris Chan is gluttony.
No, he may be lust. Lust or envy. No, he's envy.
Yeah.
He's definitely envy.
So yeah, it was awesome. Bradley was awesome. Bradley had a really cool fight with Greed.
Yeah, I love that. We knew that those two were fighting. They basically like kill each other. Mm-hmm. But Ling still survived because he's like he sacrifices himself to like basically that, and that's like really sad.
I love the bromance.
Jim's like Greed, no. Like he's messing with me through the entire show.
I love the bromance between Greed and Ling because at first they like hate each other. Well, Ling's like, I need you,
and like Greed's like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah,
willfully giving his body.
But then Ling shows Greed how to like be a bro and like love your friends, and Greed is like, I'm good now.
He's like, remember the friend. He's like, remember the friends you had, and like the Morlocks you had in the sewers. Remember all those mutants?
You can't be Cassandra and turn your back on them.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Bradley fucking murdered them all. I'm gonna fucking murder him.
Yeah.
Like his like motivation. Yeah,
and then we get the ninja chick. She has her robot arm. She does some cool stuff there too.
Yeah.
Because she's protecting Ling.
A lot of the
side
characters get killed. Yeah.
Oh, the big dude dies. I love the chainsaw arm or the gigantic Briggs soldier. He had like the huge like fucking alligator arm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He dies. That was sad.
The only Briggs shoulder I really remember the Ishvalan dude. I remember like he lives.
Yeah.
It's him and Scar become like ambassadors to like Ishvalan again.
Even though Scar is like a fucking maniac murderer.
It's fine.
He helped. He helped. Fucking murderer.
Because who kills? Who beats Salim?
Ed kind of, but Salim kind of like had worn himself out at the time.
Yes, yeah.
He was like disintegrating.
Because people they can like rapidly heal themselves, except when they can't.
Yes, there's a part where Gluttony they say like, Gluttony, you've used up all your healing. And
all your energy.
What? I thought they were invincible.
Like, I know. You put all your life force energy into like healing yourself too much.
It really took the fucking wind out of the homunculus. Like
I know.
I was like, all right, I guess these guys aren't invincible.
Yeah.
Even though Greed's whole introduction is just like, I'm invincible.
So we haven't touched this yet, but should we talk about the first homunculi and Hohenheim?
That was pretty good.
We didn't talk about much about. We didn't bring him up at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like father.
I did love that in the opening, in the first shot of the OP. Well, not the first shot of the first OP. You see young Hohenheim, which is really cool because I was like, oh wait, is that Ed? Like, why does Ed look so much older in that shot?
And why is he wearing like Egyptian slave outfit?
That whole first OP is fucking gorgeous.
It's basically everyone agrees that's the best one at Brotherhood.
It's awesome. So, like the animation is incredible. Like the part where Ed's walking and his hair's going like crazy.
Yeah. What do you think of that first that first homunculi episode? Because that's like one of the big episodes about like learning about Hohenheim.
I thought it was good. I liked the like lore world building. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of thing that, as I was saying, like the thing I liked about Avatar so much was like how there was like so much world building, mm-hmm. and like that was the kind of thing that I really liked in the show. So it was a really cool arc. I thought a little mini episode.
The whole thing about I like the whole like end part where he comes out like everyone's just dead on the ground. Like
that was pretty cool. Like I love the idea that he probably had to wander for like fucking days before he saw anything that wasn't dead.
I know. Yeah, it's really cool though. And then basically like the whole thing about like Ed's father that we learn. Mm-hmm. And we get a couple more flashbacks of like him like about why he left and everything. And like he left like the middle of the night, his family, like the kids like looking at him and everything.
Yeah, like he had this whole idea of which later on we see it, where he had to like go into places in the world and create like an alternate summoning circle that was based on like alchemy, I think, mm-hmm. to as like a counter of it. So and I guess the reason why he spent so much time is like I had to do meticulous calculations.
Also, he was able to like speak with like every soul that was in like the Philosopher's Stone in him, which was kind of nuts.
That was really cool.
Because that one flash, you remember the one clip show episode that like you learn like kind of like.
These are the things like when I see things like this, I'm like, why did Ed have to be the protagonist?
I like a lot of the characters too.
Like Roy is really cool. Yeah, like Hohenheim needed more. Like that one episode because I was like, why should I care about any of these random people that he's drinking with? And then like. I don't know, it would have been really cool if they revisited that, like, once, maybe. Yeah. Not just, like, I mean, it was cool. It was really cool when he was, like, fighting Father, or whatever his name is at the end. I think they just call him Father, right?
Yeah.
And he was just like, that was this guy, and he had a drinking problem. I had to drink for him.
Yeah, he learned every single soul so he could be, like, at peace with, like, everyone.
Yeah, I think that's really compelling. That's really cool.
Yeah. I love that. Like, we learn, like, go back and you learn it. You think, remember, that clip show wasn't just, like...
Yeah, it was still a clip show.
It wasn't a normal clip show where it actually, like, had, like, a development for a character.
In a way, it's the most insidious type of clip show. Yeah. One that actually forces me to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I hate.
We're on the... That's what I'm talking about more the final battle. Rat gets beaten by Greed and they both take each other out. Envy. I did the opposite of what you did. We're getting mixed up, but Envy. We talked about earlier where Roy, gets them like, no, you can't do it, Mustang. Don't be evil like that.
Roy, you can't do it.
And then Envy's like, fuck you, I'm taking myself out, and like takes his Philosopher's Stone out of himself, and like kind of disgusting looking. Yeah. Like it's like kind of horrifying.
That was really cool. Envy was really cool.
He turns a little like fetus, like when he gets like beaten out of like his big mode, his true form, like a little fetus.
Who? Wait.
Envy. Remember Envy gets put into a jar?
You're talking about the leech?
Yeah, the little like leech fetus form thing.
Do you remember when Celine got turned into a fetus?
Yeah.
That was really fucking weird.
Yeah, because he gives it to the mother to raise, doesn't he? Yeah. That's fucked up.
That was really fucking weird.
So wait, he's still a homunculi? He's not a homunculi still, is he?
I think they said he was a human. I think at the very end of like the
I forgot. I almost forgot that.
It was weird. It was really fucking weird.
It was weird. It's kind of fucked up.
It is kind of fucked. I should have stepped on him and got rid of him for good. Aborted him.
There's a game that does that too, where a character like turned into like.
There's a porn I read once that does that.
You gotta cut that out, Jim. We're not in root beer talking.
Oh my god, we haven't even done root beer talking. It's already 60 minutes.
It's fine.
God damn.
Just like that weird thing that where your love interest gets turned into a baby. You're like, I was gonna raise him.
Dude, that sounds like a porn that you read, Sam.
No, it's not.
I'm pretty sure it's a porn you read.
I forget what it was. Not a porn. I don't read that shit.
You're into that age regression.
No, it's gross. Fuck you.
What's it called? Unbirthing.
Not my fetish. Ew, unbirthing.
Yeah, do you know what that is?
No.
I'll spare you.
I'm gonna assume something about unbirthing.
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is.
I don't want to talk about this. That's for another podcast.
God, I don't write it down.
No.
For another podcast list.
But no, we're good like the seasonal blood for hentai, maybe. But no,
we need to do like a porn review.
No,
podcast.
fuck you.
We need to be the one group on YouTube that does porn reviews.
Yeah, you're saying people who go to like the fucking like cons and go to like the hentai panels with other people. Like
we had a really good discussion with a guy at the hentai panel.
Did we go to a hentai panel?
Oh, sorry, the hentai booth that we went to.
Did we go to a? Oh no, that dude was
awesome.
That dude was hilarious. Also, you can't have like a whole thing of like you have a box of like of like hentai and dojins and like you have them in categories, but you don't put as fetish as a single category where like that doesn't help.
I was just bad. Like I wish I could have looked into that.
Like what what could everything? There's other things listed on there, but
it's things that are so depraved you can't even write the title.
It's not categorized.
Yeah.
Like what fetish is so like
illegal ones.
Illegal. I'm pretty sure all of those are probably like 90% of them are like underage ones.
Yeah, well, no. What they do with those is they write in the beginning. All the characters in this are 18 years old.
I saw like a picture. I saw like a picture of like at the CatCon like on the Twitter. And it was like my like pool. Like two. You had two of them. One of them was like Sue, like completely like eating out like Pappy from Monster Musume, and the other
Pappy. Your name's Pappy.
Pappy. I don't care. She's terrible. But like, I don't know, like another thing I watched, but that was just what I like ingrained in my head. Like, wow, you actually like took a picture of this on social media. Like, tell everyone you bought like fucking.
Gotta wave your freak flag high, Sam.
I know, Mr. But we'll talk about the con thing later because I want to. You talk about your 18+ shit.
I forgot that we I forgot we haven't talked about the con since.
We'll talk about it after that.
All right.
But yeah, so the whole father
fight
because that's basically the end of every other monkey like Sloth gets killed by the Armstrongs.
Father wins. He gets his summoning circle. He gets his 4 sacrifices. Roy loses his sight.
Which is awesome. I love that.
I hated that.
I love that. But I hated what happened after that.
Yeah, Roy loses his sight, and there's a really cool scene later where Hawkeye is like guiding him. She's like telling him where to aim, so he's completely blind firing his fire.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And then Hawkeye's they fix him in the end. We'll
talk about the end.
I fucking hate that.
So yeah, it was Hawkeye, Teacher, not Hawkeye. It was Mustang, Ed, Teacher, and was it his father as well, or who was the fourth one? It wasn't.
It was Ed, Al.
It was Ed, Al, Mustang, and
Hohenheim.
And Hohenheim. Okay, I wasn't sure if the fourth one.
Hohenheim was, I think, the fourth one.
Yeah, and they all get kind of sucked in.
Yeah.
The truth thing, and then stuff ensues.
Yeah, Hohenheim. No, Father becomes a god.
Yeah.
He takes the power of God, but then Hohenheim was like, "You fell on my trap card. I actually set up all these."
He's literally JoJo character.
Yeah.
He was 2 steps ahead. Your next line is, "I am God." But yeah, so.
And then they're pretty much last part is everyone just trying to. So yeah, what happens? He gets God's powers, but then they close him off from God. So he has too much power that then he can control.
Mm-hmm.
So their goal is to burn him out. So everyone just starts attacking him violently. Like they go back up to the surface and they pretty much all just take turns like attacking him, trying to wear him out.
Mm-hmm.
But he's super strong, so it's hard. And then it ends with Ed beating him up in a fist fight, and it was pretty cool, pretty well animated.
Mm-hmm.
And
as they do.
Oh, also they had the whole thing where Al sacrificed his soul. Al sacrificed his soul to get Ed's arm back because Ed's arm was destroyed, and he couldn't clap alchemy. But then he traded his soul for Ed's arm again, and then Ed found the final piece of the puzzle, which was sacrificing his alchemy to get his brother's body back. Mm-hmm. And then we have the creepy, skinny version of Al come back.
Yeah, the fucking star.
The sexy girl version of Al.
Long hair, bones everywhere.
Creepy long fingernails.
But yeah. And then we get that ending of like, I did like getting an ending where you show where everyone kind of ends up, which I love that. I thought
it was fine.
I like getting a satisfying ending, like where they end up and like, because you get what's it called, Ed and when we get the whole like his profession of love to her, which is like very awkwardly done, which is like as awkward as it would probably be in reality between alchemists.
But it was just like So yeah, we do a flash forward 2 years in the future, and Ed and Al are living together. They rebuilt the house, and like it's all good and shit. And then yeah, like Ed is like does this confession of Winry, like you're telling me that after everything he went through, Ed didn't go right to Winry and just fuck her? Like, why did he wait 2 years?
Also, I get really sad when Hohenheim like at the grave of his wife, and then just kind of like
that
died.
Was very sad.
I was like, oh.
That was a tear moment. There were a few tear moments in the show.
Like
the one, there was like what was the one? The one where Al is like, because we don't really know what Al's whole thing is, and then like halfway through the series, it's like we found out that he never sleeps, and we know that he never eats, and then he was like kind of had a breakdown. He's like, I can't handle the nights anymore because he spends the nights all alone. I was like, oh my god, Al's been suffering silently. That was a Dusty moment. Dusty eye moment.
Well, Al ends up with like the Chinese girl because she like had a crush on him throughout the series.
Yeah. Al goes on an adventure to China. Yeah, whatever it's called. Xena.
Shing.
He
gets Shing, I think. And then Mustang gets a mustache and becomes Fuhrer. Yeah, he gets a mustache in like the future.
I don't remember that.
Flash forward, he gets like a mustache.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, he becomes Fuhrer. He's not blind anymore because they can cure like lost limbs and shit too. Dumb. And he gets his eyesight back.
Also, didn't he want to like prosecute all the people?
I'm pretty sure he did.
That just never happened.
I thought he did, or they all died or some shit.
But he was one of them.
I don't know.
So he just doesn't.
Who knows, man? But yeah, that happened. Scar and basically becomes like an ambassador to like.
He does get a mustache.
Told you.
I typed in Mustang mustache, and this picture came up.
I told you get a mustache.
It's like a shitty little
pencil mustache.
This picture disgusting.
Yeah, that what are they called? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know Scar becomes like an ambassador to Ishvalan people.
Someone photoshopped his mustache on Riza Hawkeye.
Yeah, what's it called? His Scar becomes ambassador. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Like, Ling becomes the Emperor of Shing. Stop putting so many mustache pictures. I think any other.
There's so much fan art of his mustache.
Because mustaches are weird when you go on like, especially in anime.
Alright.
Now, like the main ones, the characters where they end up now, like, and in the last thing, like, Ed has his 2 kids with like Winry in like a picture.
Yeah, which I was like, you're gonna fucking tease me this whole show, not have any romance between Ed and Winry, and then Jim, they have children in this flash forward.
I told you, in shonens you can't have kisses. That's stupid.
It's fucking
dumb. You know Goku doesn't know what a kiss is, and he has like 2 kids.
Doesn't Jojo like kiss his mom or something? Jotaro?
No,
Jotaro kisses a girl.
No, well he kisses the nurse and just to take the stand out of her.
Yeah, but he still kisses her.
And Jojo like does everything like he can to push the envelope.
Jojo and then it just became a scene.
Jojo has like fucking rape and shit and KKK and Nazis.
Yeah, see, come on.
It can do whatever. Jojo does whatever the fuck it wants. Where like you think like
except use Mickey Mouse.
Like I'm pretty sure. I know Naruto's married to Hinata now, but I don't think they ever kissed.
That's the problem with shonen.
The shonen thing just never.
I need romance. You have to give me some romance if you want.
Japan's scared to do romance.
It's not true though. The romance anime is like a humongous thing.
Like how many like romance animes actually end with a kiss? Like the other.
Oh, there's tons. I mean,
tons?
Yeah, and the fucking what's that show Citrus that airs a season? The first episode has a lesbian sibling kiss.
And again, Yamada-kun had like the whole gimmick was kissing, so that's fine.
No, kissing's like romance.
Yeah, I always feel like Japan like a lot of like times Japan's like afraid to do other stuff other than romance, like.
Other than romance?
Other than like romance genre like stuff.
I don't know. There's a lot of different. There's a ton of fucking anime every season.
I don't know. Shonens are especially afraid.
I don't know. Prove us wrong. I feel like.
Other than JoJo doesn't care. Because anyone actually kissed. No, you don't. You never get the love interest of any main JoJo characters. Like.
I feel like Joseph kisses someone.
I'm pretty sure
I feel like he kisses Lisa or something.
No, that'd be creepy.
Oh wait,
no,
he can't. I meant Suzuki.
No, I'm pretty sure he just like does the first thing, but he holds it. Like, he does like the hold thing, but like I don't think he actually kisses.
There's a little sexual tension between Weather and Jolene.
There is, but like nobody ever kissed.
Jolene fingers herself. If that counts.
There's a lot of weird things happen in part 6.
Is that romance? Is masturbation
you don't
romance?
Understand about women, okay? Like there's like no kiss, like at all. Like I'd be really disappointed if like part 8 doesn't end with Gappy and what's her name like doing like the famous sailor kissing his wife and becoming.
Sorry, I didn't do JoJo kiss, and apparently there's some Girl named JoJo Kiss.
I thought you were gonna get the actual Stan Kiss coming up, but no. But
Ooh.
okay, she had a huge ass. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Jim. Stop looking at pictures of JoJo Kiss, whoever that is.
I want to find a JJBA.
So I guess any other final thoughts you want to say on FMA Brotherhood though?
Oh, I did just get Kiss.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tear this show down.
Go ahead.
Before I can build it. If
you want to rant, go ahead.
Yeah, don't you remember when Dio and Jonathan kissed?
That's the only kiss when Dio kissed Serena.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, fuck you. Part 1 JoJo.
But Jonathan doesn't kiss her.
Part 1 JoJo has a ton of great romance.
But does Jonathan actually kiss Serena?
Okay, you don't need to have a kiss to have good romance. Fullmetal Alchemist has no romance.
But that was built, yeah. But Rocky actually Rocky wants to make actually do women's stuff, but like the editors did not let him do like Lisa be a thing.
But still, like I don't know.
Okay, Jim, go on your rant. Look up JoJo. That's for another podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm just. Super...
I'm actually telling you for once to put the phone down.
I don't know. I'm hung up on this. All right. So what was I saying?
Your final thoughts. You want to go on your rant? Go on your rant.
Okay, so basically, this show sucked. No, I'm kidding. For me, Fullmetal Alchemist, like it has like this huge reputation. Everyone's always like, it's one of my favorite anime series. It's like my top 5. I didn't really go into that with like high expectations, but as I'm watching it, I'm like, not really impressed by the story, not really impressed by the main characters. The powers weren't super compelling, but the thing was, it would always have really good moments. Like,
definitely.
Like, there's the fight with Lust that's really cool. There's
the Hughes, the
Hughes scene stuff was good. Yeah. The final 10 episodes were awesome.
Yeah,
just, like,
I think
fights.
I love that the whole like final arc, like final plan going together.
Ling fighting Bradley. Pretty much anytime Bradley's on screen is
He's
good.
Great.
He's especially we watched the dub version. The voice actor in English is so good at like.
People say it's the best dub, like probably one of the best dubs to listen to.
Which I would question that. I still think it's. I think Teacher's voice actor doesn't really do humor well.
I like Armstrong a lot though.
Armstrong is really good. Armstrong is fantastic. Even General Armstrong, she's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of ranting.
I like Al's voice a lot. Like I think
Al's voice is very good.
Better than the movie did.
Al's voice captures a lot of like the innocence of that of that age.
Better than. I'll talk about it.
I don't like the humor either. I didn't like how often the characters would go off model into this kind of like chibi gag manga
the
designs.
Chibi kind of like little like design for especially Al happened to a lot.
Yeah, and it would be like in really intense scenes too. Like it would completely just let all the air out of the room. And like especially with the homunculus, because like there's a point where the homunculus were like the biggest bad guys, and then like you have a character like Gluttony that's like I can't take Gluttony seriously.
Goofy design and like the goofy personality, like I gotta eat.
Yeah, like I actually love his design. I think it's really creative, and like the way he moves, it's really good. But yeah, like I can't take him seriously as like a scary villain.
I think like there are parts in the show where like they do that kind of like they try to make like a slight little joke to ease the tension, but like that's like a natural kind of thing. Where like other times they do like that kind of yelling humor thing that you do.
The Ed being short bit is like never funny. It's not a joke. That it should have. If anything, they should have played it as like
I like
a character flaw.
The one joke I did like was them, always calling Al the Fullmetal Alchemist because
I did like that too because that was like something, especially from like a meta point of view. Like when I first started the show, I was like, oh, is it called Fullmetal Alchemist because he's like in the suit armor, right? And yeah, like that's the joke.
Yeah, but. Yeah, the show has great moments, though. I think that makes it great for watching, because you get those good moments in there.
There's some really good animation occasionally. There's some really cool sequences, like I said, the part with Ling. Ling, that whole fight with Ling and Bradley was really good, too.
That was great. I love Ling.
And, I don't know, but, like, I'm going to compare it to other shonens, like, just because that's how these long-form shonens are. Like, they don't exist in a bubble.
I know you remember rewatching a Yu Yu Hakusho, and, like, you gotta compare it to, like, that kind of, like, shonen probably more in the Hunter x Hunter, like those two.
Yeah, for me, Hunter x Hunter is like the gold standard of a shonen.
For me, like I watched Dragon Ball Z and I've read all Naruto. Like I'm kind of like in One Piece I'm reading right now, so like I'm kind of like I love mainstream, going for the mainstream ones. Yeah, for me.
I love Dragon Ball Z, but I would never rewatch Dragon Ball Z.
I think maybe Kai because the one that condenses it to make it better to watch.
Maybe read it. I'd like to, like, I've heard Dragon Ball's a really fun read.
Dragon Ball's great. I watched the anime. That one's too is great too.
I never, because I was like, when Dragon Ball had aired in America, it was after Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't care about baby Goku. I want to see big old punchy Goku.
It's more about martial arts. The original one.
It's also more of like an adventure story.
Yeah, it's Journey to the West kind of like.
Really. There's all these like creative characters and like really interesting settings. Like, I remember there's an episode where he has to climb up to Cornin's Tower. And it was like a big like trial, and I don't know, like, and then later on they just
fly up there, or engine transmission now. Yeah, it's really,
it's nothing.
But yeah, but overall, we recommend it though, like to people.
Yes. Also, I just wanted to talk. So yeah, for me, like Hunter x Hunter is like what I consider the gold standard. It doesn't ever expand the cast too much. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Yu Yu Hakusho, keeps it really simple. You got your main four. They do introduce a bunch of like other hunters early on, and they will slowly kind of show up, but it's never like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Josuke from part 4 of JoJo kind of becomes a character later on, which is pretty funny. Which I didn't realize.
Yeah, kind of Yu Yu Hakusho was like that. We had the 4 main ones. You have like you get the girl, you get the love interest girl, mm-hmm. You got like they're basically their intel girl, then you have like her boss, like the baby guy.
Yeah.
Like those are the main characters like I always remember. Then you had like the villains are always there.
Mm-hmm. You've got the recurring villains like I forget his name, but the dude from the Dark Tournament arc.
Yeah, the dark sunglasses and everything.
Yeah, the really buff dude.
He just drinks orange juice, I think it was.
Maybe
he's like he goes like a bar like I
haven't gotten that far.
I just wanted orange juice. It was like always like a picture of that. Like
no, but he like they introduced him before that, so like I don't know. It's like Hunter x Hunter for me is just so fucking quality. Like
I want a dub to come. Like I know they're doing a dub for it, but like I've been wanting to.
I would just watch it. It's so good.
It's a lot of shit to watch.
It really is, but it flies. When you get past the first like the first 2 arcs are like decent, but when it gets into like the York New arc, that's when shit hits the fucking fan. Like
yeah,
they take characters rather than like introduce 15 Chimera characters that no one cares about. They take characters that are already established and they totally like reinvent them and give them like whole new purpose.
Yeah.
Like Kurapika is just kind of like he doesn't really do too much early on. He's cool but mysterious, and he becomes like the main character of an arc.
But like
it's fucking rad.
Like the one thing I like in like a lot of Naruto, there's a lot of characters that don't do shit. Like half the females, like basically majority of the females are useless and everything. But like in like a lot of the other side characters, like in the teams, like Naruto, Sasuke, and then Shikamaru, like probably like the 3 like actual good characters. But like there's a moment like the first before the time skip where they have to go rescue Sasuke, and like they brought in Choji and Kiba, like, the dog kid and the fat kid, and like they have like huge like one-on-one fights like that are actually like impressive. Like they actually get their character moment. Like you're like, oh wow, they actually make these characters do something. Like it's actually impressive. Like it's like I like when they do that. They take a character that's not the main 2 or a main side character, like. And like they'll do something with them and actually have like a really awesome fight. And it's part of like the story of like like I'll hold them off, you go on ahead kind of thing, and then you see this fight and it's like kind of badass.
It can be nice, just not when it becomes like, okay, we have 4 Chimera characters that don't matter.
Like
and like 2 Ishfallens.
I know, but in the
Chinese dude that
and the Ninja War, like in Naruto, like they had like so the one that the bad guys do, they bring back like these famous like they have a resurrection kind of thing where they kind of bring back like a famous like kind of like
Game of Thrones.
Kind of I've never watched it, but yeah, they bring back like all these like villains and like some are ones you saw before like and like but like so they make like these other characters from these other villages that kind of disappear like fight them like and it's kind of like wait what like it'd be cool to have a character where kind of fight him but like it's whatever. But yeah, I think I already said my opinion of it like on an episode before, but I recommend it. I think it's a solid show to listen to if you want a good dub. Like sometimes people find it easier to listen to like a dub, but I think it definitely can like put it on.
It helps. I think it helps getting through a shonen in your native language just because you can kind of zone out and not. I don't know. It's hard to like.
Like I was building Gundam models like while I was watching this, and I like could easily like heat my head up and listen to it at the same time like.
Because like think about like what is it Shit, I'm trying to do math in my head. Say it's like 20 minutes per episode, 6 episodes total. Like, you got like what? Like that's a couple days, right? Or almost.
It's on Netflix, on Crunchyroll. There's plenty of places to and Hulu. Probably plenty of places to watch it now.
Okay, I've been very into like out of 10 ratings lately. I think I would rate the show a 6 out of 10.
I give it a 7.5.
6 or a 7. Yeah, I'm like strong 6 to a light 7.
I think 7.5. It's not 8. It's like 8 and it's like A. But like I think 7.5 is good. I love like the great. I think the moments like do it for me, and like anything about like Mustang's group of like his stuff is always really interesting, and like anything with like Ling and like
there is good stuff hidden under.
Yeah.
There's like I'd say like maybe 60 to 70% good stuff hidden under like 30 to 40% bad.
Yeah.
Or like stuff I don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I were to like say, I wouldn't recommend this one. If I were to recommend a shonen, I would 100% recommend Hunter x Hunter. It is shorter, which is nice, and I guess I'd recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
I would take that in consideration, but like I don't know, I just don't see why you'd watch anything but Hunter x Hunter. It's like it does like interesting powers better. It does interesting characters better. I care more about almost every character in that, and then but like there are characters in this show in Fullmetal Alchemist I cared about, like Roy. And
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye liked, which also Hawkeye didn't really get to do too much.
I know.
But like, and I don't know. It's almost like it has like a reverse problem.
You want to glean and greed to be happy ever after.
It has like a reverse problem with this show where it's like, I wish Ed and Al did more that they would do. Like I wish because Ed and Al are so powerful, they don't do anything in the story. But in Hunter x Hunter, Gon and Killua are like the opposite. They're in a world where it's like way too overpowered for them.
That's the main kid and the white-haired kid, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They're like way underpowered, and it's about like them trying to like learn ways to get an edge on their enemy, and like they're like not strong for most of the show.
So Jim recommends Hunter x Hunter. I recommend watching FMA. So, but the one thing I will continue not to watch is the live-action movie.
Oh, it's so funny though.
Not very good.
It's hilarious.
Characters look awful.
It's just like the worst kind of adaptation.
CG is horrible. They have Dr. Marco and kill him off like immediately.
He's not important.
What's it called? The dad who does the Chimera comes like a finger like touching like supervillain at the end, evil doctor man.
The strange way of putting it.
Like he's like, ooh, I'm actually super evil.
They just made him just evil and like
evil man instead of just like desperate. Like this is what Ed can become kind of if he goes like above like too. Yeah,
that's funny. Like
crazy.
I've heard people say that comparison, and I didn't really get that from FMA Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe that was more hammered home.
Maybe because the original one does the early stuff better. Yeah,
where it's like, it was more of a fear like this is what Ed would be if he, which is something I didn't even consider when I watched Brotherhood.
Yeah, but not very good. The characters look bad. The wigs look bad.
It just was, and it's funny too because one of the production designers was saying how it's like, we're rivaling Hollywood with this one. It's like,
they're not.
In your fucking
if they're rivaling Hollywood, they would have like a cast of like multicultural. Like you had Ishval, you have like the black actor be Ishval.
Well, let's be fair. They're casting all people of one race is pretty.
I'm pretty sure the dude who's Ed is like a fucking idol guy. Not really good.
That's funny.
Like I'm pretty sure that's it. Al sounds like older than he should be coming out of that, which is kind of like weird because I always think
child actors.
Child actors are awful. Oh my
really
god. The CG looks bad. Like remember the first fight where you just making stuff come out of the walls and just disappear? Like the next scene they cut to. It's really bad.
It's like my problems with the show amplified to an
Envy
extreme.
looks spot on.
Envy did look really good. And Lust.
Gluttony looked like a fucking goof.
He did.
So don't watch the movie. Watch
one of the like YouTubers that have made like a little compilation or like discussion about it because those are really funny.
Yeah, definitely.
Where they just show like the best parts of it.
Right, quote unquote, with above best.
Yeah. Best being the most spectacular.
Yeah. Like Jim said told me earlier, it's just like them trying to do moments from the show. Like remember this, and then not doing anything from it.
Doing like weird things too, like the army of the dummy, like the homunculus dummy.
Yeah,
like
they cut out Scar completely. There's no Bradley mentioned at all.
It's really just baffling in many ways.
So many weird choices.
Even as like a not huge FMA fan, it was like, damn, they really fucked this up.
But it's like any film to be like a Hollywood one that would like probably benefit the best of being like American adaptation would probably be FMA because they can do the multicultural thing easily.
Yeah.
While having your main character still be white, they kind of like to do that. Like I don't know.
And it would have like worked because
Scar could be the black.
They're supposed to be like British/Germans.
Yeah, all the big characters come in are also like from different countries or different nationalities. Like Ling to be Chinese.
You get a Jewish guy to play an Ishvalan.
A Jewish black man to be Ishvalan.
A Jewish black man.
Yeah. be really.
I mean, there is even like canonical black people in the universe. Like,
yeah,
we do see like
one of the
actual
chimeras
black
is a fucking black guy.
Yeah, which is weird in anime. You don't see that,
Yeah.
especially fantasy anime.
Yeah. If you want to take place in the center around Europe,
Yeah,
it's like you don't see. Is there any black guys in Attack on Titan? The only like,
you're asking a guy who watched Attack on Titan like 4 years ago.
I didn't watch second season, so I have no idea.
The
but,
second
like,
season was hilarious.
Is it?
It's so bad.
I was like, because like I remember
it just
only
sucks.
like the only like nationality person is the Mikasa, who's like the only like half Asian girl.
I think they're all just whitos.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you can just Google search black person.
Black person Attack on Titan.
Probably gonna get like
It could be it's gonna be like a Titan. Like a black like that. But yeah, so I guess that's any other words you want to say about FMA?
The one word I want to say is when I typed in black person attack, it said black person attacked by shark.
Okay.
So that kind of is funny.
Jesus.
Or
that's all your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, there's a black person attack. I'd say.
That he can't.
I'm
he looks like the fucking final dungeon you go to in Persona 5.
It kind of does actually.
Shindo or Shido.
So I don't really have any other final words. I think I've kind of said my piece. Like, it's fine. People are gonna probably rage that I didn't like it.
Everyone has their opinion.
I think it's. I don't want to sound like an asshole. I think it's a bit of a nostalgia thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people grew up with it and
I think
wanted to see it done better.
I think Brotherhood came out in a time when Netflix was a big thing and streaming stuff was a lot easier. So like everyone could when they started getting back into it with like Netflix and anime. Like, I got back when Netflix came out. I got into Soul Eater and I probably was like a lot of people could get this is a Brotherhood. I remember seeing this on Toonami or I'll watch this, and that's how people got into it.
Yeah, streaming is perfect for long form shonens.
But I still think it's pretty solid. I can see how people would like it though.
It is extremely solid. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's badly made.
No. I
don't think it's particularly badly written. I just think it's not spectacular. It's just a very okay to good show.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so I guess we talked an hour and almost an hour and a half about that and other things.
Yeah, I don't know if I should we should bother talking about anything else or just save for next episode.
Up to you.
Maybe we'll save it for next. We'll do a special 1 year anniversary episode, I guess.
We'll find something.
Because this wasn't the real one.
Alright.
We'll finish Yonko Days.
No.
Sam. It'll take us literally 5 minutes to finish that show.
No.
We need to.
No. I'm gonna take a nap. Alright, so I guess if we're not gonna do anything our usual shtick, where can they find us, Jim?
You find us on YouTube, where you're probably listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
At the Nyancast. We also do a JoJo podcast.
Mm-hmm. Jokaka.
Kaka.
Yes, where we're currently reviewing Part 8 chapters when they come out.
Monthly, yeah.
Yes, and I think they're announcing another Rohan OVA
I'm so
soon,
excited.
So whenever that comes out.
They announced a new Rohan OVA and a new Rohan chapter.
The Rohan chapter came out.
It came out?
I'm pretty sure there's a discussion on Reddit about it.
What? Oh my god, I thought that was coming out next month.
I think it came out. But
I need to read that. Oh, I fucking love those Rohan shorts.
So whenever those come out, and maybe we'll do a special if Part 5 ever happens. We'll probably talk about that.
We'll do a Part 5.
No, not the episode. Just a general thought, what we think so far, when that comes out.
That's a really good idea, actually. We should do it.
We got what's it called? Whenever I finished reading Part 1, and I'm gonna do that. Did you read Part 2 yet? You read Part 2, right?
I read most of it.
All right, and then we'll do Part 1 and 2 Spoilercast eventually. But yeah, let's check out Jokaka, and we have some others. We have Nyancast episodes. We have Seasonal Blend, where we talk about seasonal episodes. What was our recent one?
Shit, it did come out.
What was our recent
Seasonal Blend?
I believe.
Oh god, I stopped putting Seasonal Blend on some of them.
Oh.
It's too. The title's too long.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably Killing Bites. I think it was the most recent Seasonal Blend.
That was a kind of a both kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Rich.
Don't watch it.
Watch it, please.
Don't watch Killing Bites.
So yeah, and that's it.
That's it.
An hour and a half of talking.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
If you actually made it this far, you are a strange troop. You probably love us.
I hope so.
All right.
I'm Sam.